Let's look into a case study for identifying a lease. Case 2.1, Lease of rail cars. A contract between customer and supplier requires supplier to transport a quantity of goods by using a specified type of rail car in accordance with a standard timetable for a period of use of 5 years. The timetable and quantity of goods specified are equivalent to customer having the use of 10 rail cars for 5 years. Supplier provides the rail cars, driver, and engine as a part of the contract. The contract states the nature and quantity of goods to be transported. Supplier has large pool of similar rail cars that can be used to fulfill the requirement of the contract. Similarly, supplier can choose to use any one of the number of the rail cars to fulfill each of the customer's requests. And a rail car could be used to transport not only customer goods but also the goods of other customers. The car are stored at supplier's premises when not being used to transport goods. So now, in identifying a lease, so the first question would be that is there an identified asset? Yes. So there is rail cars, and then the customer, which is lessee, requires 10 rail cars for 5 years. So there is an identified asset. So the next question is who has the right of substitution? Does the customer has the right of substitution? If you look into two of the points specifically, one is supplier has large pool of rail cars that can be used to fulfill the requirement. So supplier has large pool of rail cars, that's one. And then the second is supplier can choose to use any one of a number of rail cars to fulfill customer requests. So in short, the supplier has the right of substitution of an asset. So, looking into the assessment, supplier's substitution rights in this example are substantive because number one, it has the practical supplier has the practical ability to substitute the rail cars throughout the period of use. And second, it would benefit economically from substituting the rail cars because there is a large pool of them available and then they are stored at its premises. Potential benefits to a supplier are by deploying the rail cars to a nearby location for use in other contracts or to use in any of the 10 rail cars that are sitting idle for other purposes because they are not currently being used by the customer. Therefore, although the contract makes use of an identified asset, in this case the rail cars, the contract does not contain a lease of those rail cars because the supplier has substantive substitution rights.